as I begin to lead you into some deeper realm and facts about this very misconstrued and misconceived aspect of life, the identity exchange. This is something that a lot of us in the world today are suffering from. As a matter of fact, 92% of the world population today are where they are, getting depressed, feeling sad, going nowhere under something else because of identity exchange. The moment you don't know who you are or what exactly you are, what happens to you is that you will not know what to do or how to do it rightly. The moment your definition of yourself has been infiltrated, tweaked, edited, or even replaced, you become useless at that spot. And that is the essence of having an identity. Identity is very, very important. A lot of time when people do things that are spectacular, very awesome stuff, and they try to own the bragging right or to be boastful about it. In our world, we say they are proud, so we are quick to antagonize, or let me say, we are quick to stigmatize those who relish in their own accomplishment, their own satisfaction, their own success, knowing fully well that we are not a part of that history or the story they wrote for themselves, especially when that story is true. The only reason why you as a person will feel intimidated or indignant about whatever anyone else call themselves or say about themselves is because you are struggling on how to know yourself or discovering who you are. Because most of the time, people who are confident in themselves find it so easy and so smooth to rejoice with those people who are also in the same cadre and category as them. People who do not have confidence in themselves, who are struggling with their self-esteem, who obviously do not even know the value in them, find it a little bit challenging and threatening when other people brag about who they are. Now, if you still find yourself getting scared or feeling irritated when other people are saying, I am this, I am that, I can do this, I'm able to do that, this is my achievement, you should maybe just see a psychiatric and open up yourself for counseling because there is a war going on inside of you. You do not know, but there is a lot of problem out there. Now, identity is a paramount aspect of human nature or human description because there is no way you will be reckoned with in a society, especially a civil society like that of mankind, without you having an identity of your own. It's either you discover this identity or you create one for yourself. Now, you are going to confuse us. mess our head up, give us no clue of what to do, where to go, how to address you if you do not have this identity. And in creating identity for yourself or reckoning with your identity, make sure that you are not a copy of another person, because a copy of a thing cannot be valued as the original of that, which is what most people are today, a photocopy of another person. See, identity is your own uniqueness. Identity is your own dynamic way of existing in such a manner that no one else can replace you or can do the things that you do. Identity is not you carving a niche for yourself, but you becoming that particular niche that the world needs. Because you only complain that you do not have money. It is not the lack of money that is your problem, it is lack of identity. People put their wealth in a good label, and a label is as good as an identity. Now, you must understand that in owning up to your identity, if you have not gone through our teaching on the art and beauty of rebellion, please do yourself well to go through that. In owning up to your identity, what must first of all be in place is your self esteem, this confidence. And there's nothing that can earn you the respect of an outsider if your confidence is not in place. Now, identity is not you becoming what the world tells you to be or trying to play a role just because it's going to earn you some recognition for the meantime. Identity is like wearing a goat skin, you die with it. Identity is like coming like a goat. The whatever cloth that a goat put on when it's coming into the world is what it dies with. Identity is what you sacrifice your whole life for. Identity is that thing that aside from it, you are nothing. Unfortunately, many people, especially the women folks, have a great identity in them. Have sacrificed this on the altar of relationship, marriage, childbearing, and all sorts of things. We appreciate you for that sacrifice, but we do not like it when we suffer from the fact that you are not putting in your own part in this beautiful and creative universe. Identity is you being who you are without apology. You want to be a Donald Trump, be a perfect Donald Trump. Apologize to no one. You see, we will hate you first, but we'll come to like you. And if we don't find you, if we don't see you, we will look for you because you have owned up that identity. You get my point now? Identity is becoming that particular singular version of yourself that it's going to be very hard for us to mimic. And even if we successfully mimic you, there will be a great disparity between you as the original and they as the photocopy. But then look at the life we live in right now. Young people, examine your life. All your life, you have always wanted to be like your role model, live like your mentors, behave like your mothers, your fathers. You always aspire to want to be like something or someone. And that is a great disservice to the civilization of mankind. As a matter of fact, the way your gene, your DNA, your gene was made, even if you come from the same parent, there's something bound to be different between you and your twin sister or twin brother, so to say. Now, this identity is not something you go to learn. Identity is not an external skill you are trying to practice so that you can own. Identity is your internal capability being expressed outward. But we are scared to own up to who we are because we have been damaged. We live in a society that if we don't play along, we can't really get to our destination. So they say if you can't beat them, you have to join them. And you wonder, what if I join them and I get lost inside of them? They say join them first. And everyone who has joined them always become like them. So identity, what identity does for you is to ensure that having gotten your self-esteem and your confidence, even when there's a rain of insult on you, or there is a sun of abuse and attack on you, you remain the same. Identity is the greatest level of loyalty, first to yourself and to the universe. I say it again. Identity is the greatest level of loyalty. If you see someone who is willing to change like a shifting shadow and please you, play along with you, obey you, come under your rule, you are seeing and looking outrightly at a traitor. Now, identity is you being loyal to yourself. It still comes under the umbrella of what real love means. Love to self first and then to the others. But to get a contract, are you not willing to compromise? To get a woman laid, are you not willing to lie to her? In the era where we go abroad and do arranged marriage, in the era where we lie to people, promise them heaven and earth, and we even put ourselves under oath just to get what we want from them. Is it to change our names? Is it to move our houses? Is it to change our dream? It is what pays that we put our energy in, not what we want, not what we can die for, not what we are passionate about. So we send children to school and then they just follow their colleagues to do what they are doing in school. And the singular proverb that has destroyed the whole of mankind is when you are in Rome, behave like what? Behave like a Roman. That singular proverb messed up the life of people. And it is out of that singular proverb of when you are in Rome, behave like a Roman, that the word condescending came from. If I'm an African and I get to Rome, I should behave like an African. While I obey the rules of law that governs the land of Rome, I should not change my identity. And the only reason why I'm going to be spectacular, unique, different, worthy to be associated with by the Romans is because I am different from them. People pay for what is different from them. People look for what they don't have. People long for what they cannot create for themselves. So why are you trying to blend in? Why is your life all about blending in, just trying to play along and all of those things? That's why you are not being cherished. So you're willing to cut down your feathers and all those things that make up who you are because you are running out of age and you need to get married. And just because you think you have the ring now, you want to bring on your feather. Now you lie to the man or the woman to get them laid, and then you think you can go back to your real self. That's why your relationship don't work out. But do you know that if you remain who you are, there are some people who will love you exactly. Identity crisis give rise to the cosmetic market today. Identity crisis. This lack of identity, confidence in self, give a lot of rise to the cosmetic world, the cosmetic industry today. People want to increase the thickness of their lips. They want to have better eyeshadow. They want to have better hair. They want to have better behind. They want to have better front. People are willing to take in external toxic into themselves just to create an identity that looks like a video vixen or a lady from the jingles. So lack of identity also give rise to so many health complications that we have today. So you ask a lot of people who are going through depression. I've counseled a lot. I see people sit in front of my chair, talk to me over the video conference about how they suffer depression. And I just stare at them. I'm not their creator. I don't know how they came into being. There's one thing I know about every single one I've counseled so far. The only solution they are looking for is inside the problem they are telling. The problem is identification. How to identify the solution from the problem. That's all. So I spent hours listening to them, helping them organize their thought, helping them organize their thinking, their agitation, their anxiety, their dreams, helping them arrange it. Because I'm in a position to now identify error, trap it, give it to them. And I see that. The problem of people is mostly an education issue. People have lost themselves in this vast cosmos that we call the universe. Identity. You want to get married because your friends are getting married. Is marriage for you? Have you asked yourself that question? Not everybody should give birth. It doesn't work for everybody. But because you don't know that you are not supposed to be a mother or a father to anybody, you lack your identity. You don't know who you are. And so you get frustrated. You get so overwhelmed. And you live the rest of your life regretting you ever have a child. Identity crisis. Identity. Identity is why you take up a job that is not fitting for your personality. A lot of you are dying slowly now. People who are going down with hypertension and so many health complications, not because of anything, but because they do not know how to identify the job that works with their personality. And in that wise, you give money to the spiritual industry. So they say, this problem is from your father's house, this attack is from this and that. There's no problem with you. The only thing is you cannot recognize who you are, you cannot identify who you are. So before you get a job, have you conduct identification test? Is your personality working well with this kind of job? What is driving you? Is it the money or your personality? Because you will never do well in a place that does not fit your calling, fit your identity. And that's what people call calling. So you got to see doctors who are giving people wrong injection, wrong dose, nurses who are always shouting on patients and all that. Because their personality does not go with hospital or medical, but because that's what is reigning and this is what is paying. So you see a lot of pilots flying you on the air because they are flying you because of the money, not because they care about your safety. So many people lost their life in the hand of a man who is suffering from identity crisis. Identity crisis. If our world is well fixed, that the right people are getting the right job, who will be living in paradise today? A lot of people are driven into politics because of greed, money, not because they love humanity. Politics ought to be a humanitarian service, community development work. Public offices ought to be held by people who care about humanity, not people who just want to make money. But look at the world today. See what we're going through. Identity. Have you been able to define yourself, identify yourself? Where you are, does it fit your personality? Does it fit your personality? A lot of you are getting sick because you are abroad. You are not meant to be in a cold region, but you are there. You dying slowly. Identity. Identity. Most people in wrong relationship are in wrong relationship because they do not even know who they are. and who works best for them. So you fall in love with the body, not with the person. After you relish the body once or twice using sexual intercourse, the person begin to show face, and then everything go down south. Identity. Identity. Now, if that is identity, we should ask ourselves a question that how do we derive identity? How do we derive identity? Because the moment we fix the puzzle of identity, problem of jealousy, hatred, even war will not be, poverty will be eradicated. Perfect. It is lack of identity that will make a nation like Nigeria put all their focus on crude oil when the nation was obviously created for agriculture and farming. Identity crisis. And because you put your attention in what is not meant for your identity, your kind of nation, you are always in penury. Let Nigeria go back to farming or agriculture today. I'm citing this as an example. Every common man on the street will have enough farmland to farm, and there will be no poor person in this land. Identity. The moment identity is figured out, a nation stops living in penury. Even the common man in that nation is the richest in other nation. Identity. Have you taken time to put yourself through this identity examination to pinpoint and pick out for yourself, what am I capable of doing? What works best and work well for me? I know what works well for me. It may not pay right now, but I know this is what works best for me. You can give me any topic to treat, and I'll, without any prior research, I'm talking about the 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. Spewing wisdom. I'm not getting tired. I know this is me. And when I either want to be a teacher or an actor. And sometimes I fantasize about singing in clubs and all that. But a lot of things happened. Father wanted me to be a science student and go for medical school and all that. Eventually, I found myself in computer world and aviation. I'm not using any of them to source for income today because I hate both. I don't like them. I succeeded in all this field, but my joy is not in it. So while I was getting money from those fields, I was having the greatest sadness of my life, depressed, always going to the hospital, going in and back and all that. And at the point I told myself I don't want to die. So my doctor told me that you got to change your job if you want to live long. You got to change your job if you want your BP to come low, to be normal. Always follow heal. But I saw what I'm created for. I embraced it. In embracing, I do not care if I have money or not. I keep doing it because I find joy in doing it. And I found a way never to die because I came back to align with myself. I reconciled with my identity. Have you reconciled with your identity? Look at you now. You have been going to work from first day of the month to the last day of the month, Monday to Sunday, just to be given 70,000, 50,000 at the end of the day. You have been a contract staff for so many years because you are not where you are meant to be. So many of you that should be consulted are even working as non-entity in other people's company. So this is not a motivational talk, but I'm saying there is a way you can eliminate your own depression and this aggression on your face. You are getting older than your age because of identity crisis. One time I was in a contract with one academy, teaching them voiceover acting and all that. And I made a statement in one class one day. I said, a lot of you are frustrated with Lagos traffic today because you lack identification. You don't know what you are supposed to do. So many you're here, you have no business waking up in 8 a.m. in the morning. A lot of you here, listen to me right now, you don't have business waking up 8 a.m. in the morning. As a matter of fact, you don't have business getting into traffic when it is a rush hour because of what you are. If you can only align yourself with who you are and what you are, you will dictate your own time and your privacy becomes really private to you. But because you don't want to identify with who you are, you got to use your time to serve other people. And those who pay for your time will dictate your life. So I said, it's not like life is not fair. It's that you are not wise. It may not bring you money the way you expected, but if you stay with your identity long enough, see, the universe doesn't pay you for what you are not serious about. I say that again. I'm not talking about God. I got no business with God. The universe, the law, that the principle that governs where we live does not give you money in return for your effort if you are not serious about who you are. And either you like it or not, you have to mark time. The people you see on social media living electronic life today, either they are true or not, they invested time. Are you marking your time with, not with other people, but with your identity? How much are you investing in your identity? Did you even know who you are? So many of you have no business living in the city. You should be in the village. And if you stay in the village, there is surety that you'll be more healthy. You'll be in one farm in the village yourself, farming vast acres of land, bringing it to the city. A lot of you right now, if you really align yourself with your identity and who you really are, when they give you visa to go abroad, you will be reluctant because you have things to do here. Identity crisis. That is the problem. So how do we derive identity? How do we derive this identity? First is family background, the family upbringing. The family is the undoing of most people here. And I want to talk to you parents. See, don't push your unfulfilled dream on your children. So don't use your children as a proxy to fulfill your own dream. You have failed. I said that you failed. Don't push that dream on your children. They came to their own life also. Allow them. Choose their choice. I can remember my father fondly on other part of life, but when it comes to what I really want to be and what I have passion for, I don't pray for him or bless his soul anywhere he is for confusing me at the first stage of my life. He was a doctor. He wanted me to be a doctor too. But I don't want to be that. And I live in an era where you have no say. Your parent pick your class for you. And it was a lot of struggle for me, trying to switch from one profession to the other just to find a way to get myself out of that singular act of love that is a bondage that my father put me in. So I say, your children don't have to remember you negatively. Don't confuse them. Let them choose identity. If I become a teacher on time, I might be successful more than this right now. Or if you had left me to be in art class to study acting, you'll be seeing me on radio, on TV, and all that, right? But he said, no, you have to be a doctor. Dr. Lumaka. And yeah, I'm not useful to him. I'm not useful to myself. Oh, wow. See, I'm laughing, but I'm very sad with him. Very sad. And your children don't need to sit on my chair right now and say this about you. I just made a vow I'm not going to do this to my children. How we derive identity. Family upbringing. From age 0 to age 7 is the hypnosis age of a child. That time they are trying to pick up things. They are learning from you, even though they cannot debate with you. That's their most curious age. They are always asking questions: what is this? What is that? They are forming hypotheses of life. That's not the age for them to tell them what to become. That's not the age for you to be exposing them to things that is not right. That's not the age for you and your wife or your spouse to be behaving like idiots. Sorry to say that. Because the children will pick that particular thing they have seen with you and think that's what family is all about. A lot of child's life has been damaged from childhood and they not start trauma till they grow up. Their spouse don't just go well with them and they think this guy is cruel. It's not their fault. Their parent messed their life up. A lady was saying that my spouse doesn't ejaculate until I put my mouth in his anus. I'm wondering, how did we come to that level? The lady is angry. But I said, there is something about this man's childhood that was messed up. Something. So what got messed up became the guy's identity. Without it, he doesn't think life is any better. Family upbringing. That's why I said it is not compulsory or necessary for you to have a child if you cannot cater for them. And please, if you can only cater for one, make sure you have just one. This accidental discharge of a life need to stop. If we must have quality children, quality human being who will replace us either in Africa or all over the world, we must be intentional in our reproduction. Intentional in our reproduction. Family upbringing. Don't lord yourself over these children. Don't create what they are not. Don't distort what they are. They are like a memory card without any data. Don't put nonsense in it. Don't infect them with your virus. Give them a chance to choose and listen to them too. They are human beings. They are not your pet. Unfortunately, most times the reason why most of you have children is because you are looking for a property to own. Having a child is like having a car to so many of you. Just another social status. I'm now a mother. I'm now a father. Woe betide you if that's your essence of having a child. We also derive identity through the dispensation we are born in. We are born in. I was born in a dispensation where going around naked or nude is strange. You only give birth to your child, the whole community will raise the child up. So either the child is here or not. Either you are at home or not. Someone is watching your child's back. They can discipline the child before you get back. And you will still thank them. Or in this dispensation, nobody can watch over your child. I've seen mothers fight fathers for correcting their sons or daughters. And irrespective of whatever is trending and reigning, my dispensation does not teach me to be in love with a woman who is naked on this. I can't. You can send me friend requests on my social media and you are unclad, having your cleavage outside and all that. I make the announcement every time. I won't accept it. Aside that I don't accept it, I will block you. I don't want to see you. This is not discrimination. I wasn't alive when this was raining. My configuration at my age of hypnosis, I was not used to seeing women molesting themselves and useless in themselves. So I was talking to a lady earlier today. I said, women want respect. Women don't want to be objectified. Women don't want to be seen as a sex object. But when an artist who is a man is doing a video shoot, women go there to naked themselves. The guys, they put on clothes. Women see nothing but it. When Pepsi, when Cola, when any company is trying to advertise, even insurance company trying to advertise their products, if you are on set with a man and you are a woman, the guy put on clothes, you are the one who is naked. You want respect. How do we derive this? And we have dispensation right now where we have single mothers all around who does not see anything with bisexual, lesbianism, and all that. Children are seeing them. Grow up with that. Dispensation. Things are changing. We derive our identity in our dispensation also. There are so many strange things that happen in our world today that wasn't like that before, but our children see it as normal, and they see us who were normal as abnormal because this is their dispensation, the jet age. We also derive our identity from religion. A lot of people will say it's DNA, is this and that. No, the highest DNA can give to you is to just trace your paternity. It can't give you identity. You have your life, your father has his, your mother has their. The essence of DNA is your physical configuration, not yourself, not who you are. So religion will also try as much as possible to give you another kind of identity. Here is a quote from me. What I wrote here is, don't be like Jesus. Don't be like your mentor. And don't be like anyone else. Just be yourself. Just be yourself. Because that's the best thing to be in life. Now, I see so many laughable situations in life where religion will tell you to be who you are. There is no two you. You have to be unique and other. And they say, be like Jesus. Be like Muhammad. Be like Moses. Be like this and that. The same religion, the same spiritual leaders who told you to be who you are, who are encouraging you, cheering you on to be exactly what you are created to be, will tell you to be like another thing. So it's like selling you poison and the antidote at the same time. It's like telling you to move forward, to go forward and then look backward. It doesn't work. It doesn't work that. So we have the sect of religion that says they are Christians. What does Christianity mean? What does it mean to be a Christian? Surely you know it. I don't know how to tell you. And this is not an attack against your religion. I'm just showing you the little loopholes in that. Christian means to be Christ-like, to be like Christ, to be a second-hand value, to be a second-hand product, to be a copy of an original. That's an insult on you, don't you think so? Don't you think it's an insult on you to be like someone else when you can be like yourself? You want to be like Jesus? Take some cane or broom or bow or whatever it is and go to places where they are doing their teaching because it doesn't align with yours. Start beating them. I want you to be like Jesus. But remember that while you'll be like Jesus, going to mock people in their place of worship when they do not even affect your life, you dare not come out to complain about the suicide bombers who also goes into places of worship and also disrupt their service because you guys are both and the same. Don't you think it's the same? To take a cane, beat people, mess up their life and all that, and to take some bomb, go and kill people and all that. That's an intrusion. You want to be like Jesus or Muhammad? Be like them. Be a rogue. Barbara anybody. Omar Barra any cell. You will find yourself in jail and you'll be there for a long time. You want to be like Jesus? So I say, my children should be who they are. I don't want to raise children to be like Jesus or be like Muhammad. The only reason why these people are popular till today is because they are themselves. They refuse to be like someone else. I sure do want to be myself. I do want my children to be themselves too. I don't know how you want to train yours rather. But I want mine to be original of themselves, original copy of themselves, not a copy of another. But the sole aim of religion is to make you become a copy of something else. through the instrument of doctrine. So they indoctrinate you. You know what it means to doctor something, to tamper with something. So that's what doctrine means. So when they say this is our doctrine, they are telling you this is how we will doctor you. I'm a tamper pelue. We will mess with you so much. Your life will not be you. So they tell you can't put on scarf. They doctor your life. They say you can't put on short dress. They doctor your life. They say you can't put on earring. They doctor your life. They see doctoring is even a very good English. They tamper with your life. Religion. The sole aim of religion is to tamper with mankind, reduce them to the point of zombie and silly and foolish people, and then rule over them. So sometimes we derive our identity through religion also. I don't want to go deep in that so that you don't think I'm against your religion. Of course, I am irreligious. I don't want to be part of that nonsense anymore. And for it to be potent and effective, they say God said, God said, God said, because they know the moment they say God said to you, you lose your common sense and your brain. Identity. Very, very sure that it is one of your holy books that says that do not throw away your confidence, because it comes with what? With great reward. With great reward. Don't throw away that confidence. It comes with what? With great reward. Even your holy book hid that secret in plain sight and told you that if you want to get the reward of being yourself, don't throw away your confidence. Because a second-hand citizen in any nation is not treated like royalty. Are we okay now? So assuming this is truly the kingdom of God, I'm sure this your God wants you to be unique, not to be a replica of another. And there's more opportunity for you to be who you are. I was telling my friend a folklore about the birds today, how when they were created, whoever made them told them to choose their life they want to choose. So Hawk said it's going to be a thief, and nobody stopped it from being a thief. So Hawk steals till today. Eagle said it's going to be riding on the storm, and nobody stops the eagle. So Parrot said, I'm going to talk too much, I'm going to talk too much, and nobody's stopping the parrot. I said, if nobody can stop you from being what you want to be, why do you want to be second hand of another person? Why don't you just be you? Because no one is going to drag it with you. No one is going to drag it with you. I don't understand why we train up our children to think less of themselves. So when my child comes back from school and tells me that I'm the best, Daddy, I'm the best in my class, to give them another identity that they do not call themselves, I say, don't praise yourself, let other people praise you. What if other people put them down? I've told my child to always accept whatever identity given to her from wherever. But if my child says she's the best, I say, yes, baby, you are the best. Even when she doesn't look like it, I say, you are the best. If I can be anything, I want to be God. I don't want to be servant of God. I don't want to be slave of God. I don't want to be a sheep. I don't want to be a non-entity in this world. I don't want to be the one who look up to the hills to look for help. I want to be the one who manufacture help for people. If there's a chance to be anything, I want to be the author and finisher of my faith and my life. Not someone else. Not some Jewish guy. Not some guy who was created by the Roman folks. I want to be the one who determines when I'm happy or when I'm sad. And that wise, I can easily just know what my destiny or my destination is. But the moment you begin to think like this, people begin to label you, wanting to kill your light and dim it on time. But if you are really serious about anything, I'm telling you right now, that's when to put in more work. In conclusion now, why do people suffer identity crisis? Social pressure is there. Technology is growing fast every day. So many pressure society. Reconfiguration of body system, body structure, body contours, and all that. Women are on, constant competition with someone else, not with their own self. Women are not thinking of how to become the better version of themselves. They are thinking of how to become a better version of another female human. Oh, there was a time that it's a very big woman that is reigning. Everybody want to eat and be fat. So those who are slim that time were feeling bad. All of a sudden, the whole thing shifted to slim women. And the big women started going to gym and running. And gradually it's going to be slim up, be fat down. These people will kill you. They will mess you up. Social pressure. Our kids are now be feeling at home with anal sex, bisexuality, and all of those things. Social pressure. Geographical location also can make you have identity crisis. If they give birth to you in Nigeria, you will have identity crisis. This is the 11th of May, 2020, the year of coronavirus. At this point, I'm recording this particular for the people of the next dispensation. If you are giving birth in this country, you will suffer from identity crisis because you will forget you are human being, especially if you live in Lagos. Oh my God. You will suffer. Especially if you are living in Lagos. It's messy. There's no sanity here. Financial demand also, lastly. Financial demand. Financial demand. When money is not coming as it ought to, when people cannot eat conveniently, when hunger is in place, when life is not rosy, people will change to anything else. So you see a very good boy carrying gun, a well-trained child doing prostitution. That's not who they are, but their identity has been tweaked because of financial demand. I'm not really against homosexuality. I have nothing wrong. I have no issue. But do you know a lot of people are subscribing to homosexuality today because of money? Not because they are homosexual in orientation, but because of money. If there is hunger in place, people will change. And there is hunger that is caused by physical finance and mental poverty. There's a different thing between you having a physical poverty and mental poverty. Unfortunately, most of the people in the places of power today have mental poverty. They want the best for themselves. Even the pastors having private jet, stockpiling so many millions of dollars. For what? Building houses, buying properties, messing life up, stealing from people by lying to them. Mental poverty. Change the identity. So you think, this man was not like this before. What is wrong with him now? Mental poverty. Mental poverty. I want to leave you with this question. If there is no hell, if there is no heaven, if there is no God, if there is no Satan, if you have 3 square meals a day and you have a decent place where you stay and you can afford everything you can, would you be a better person or you will still be who you are right now? So if you think you can be a better person, you need to find who you are supposed to be, not who you are right now. If there is no fear, if no one is threatening you with any punishment, either in real life or when you die, or all sorts of things, if you will have everything you need at a goal, would you behave normally? Would you think better? Would you be less aggressive? Would you be humble? Really, will life be better? Will you look at people like not as a rival, but as a contemporary or a colleague? Would you be different from what you are right now? Would you say that those who have money did money ritual? Would you say that if you also have money? Would you say that those who have cars, they are fraudsters? If you have yours, if you have the best of it, would you say that? Would you hate and jealous or try to snitch on your friend if you have the kind of man they have? even a better man. Would you? You won't. So I'm saying you are suffering from identity crisis. Find who you are supposed to be, not who you are right now. Do not let circumstances or situation change what you are. And someone say, I cheated on my husband because he cheated on me first. That's because you are a cheat also. If you have not eaten pounded yam today, no matter how much I give you punch, no matter how much prayer you know how to pray, you cannot vomit pounded yam. Do not let anyone bring out from you what you are not. Because whatever comes out of you is who you are. No one teaches people how to do evil. Evil is in you. That's why you can withdraw out of the multitude of the evil inside of you. You see, my name is Great Ilara. I will only tell you the truth. If you listen, fine. If you don't listen, good. But I'm saying, assuming that you have given up on yourself, please don't mess the life of your children up. I care so much about them. I wouldn't want my generation coming behind me to do the same thing I'm doing right now, having your children to be corrected and all that. We want to move forward. Let the quality of mankind in the universe be proportioned to the age of the planet Earth itself. You can follow me on all my social media platform at the Great Man Aguilara, especially on Facebook and also on Instagram at the Great Man Aguilara, Facebook and on Instagram. And if you are yet to be part of our YouTube family, you can go there. So many resources for you to get there. In that place, we just concluded a series called The Art and Beauty of Rebellion, Part 1, 2, 3. You should get yourself updated with that on YouTube. Press the subscribe button, and sure, and you also press the notification button for all so that you know when we have new videos for you. And if something is telling you, this guy is doing a great job, I want to help him. I want to support the platform. Remember that whatever token you give to us, we give it back to humanity and help people. That's why we have a lot of testimony to share. We don't pray for people who are sick, we pay hospital bill. We don't pray for those who are homeless, we put them in a house. We don't pray for people who are hungry, we put food on their table. And to do this, it requires just little token from one kind person to another kind person. Till the next time I see you again, if you're wondering how to contact me and also relate very well effectively with me, you can either contact me through WhatsApp or even join so many of my friends. They are seekers, just like me, looking for the truth, making sure they confirm everything that comes to their stable before they believe any of them. You can go to Telegram and join our Seekers Telegram platform, 1 million Seeker on Telegram. Just follow the instruction below. And till the next time I see you again, what is your identity? Would you rather be a better person, or this is who you are? Come rain, come shine. Do you even know yourself? Don't forget, you need counseling, you need someone to talk to. You can always hit me up. I'll be there to listen to you. Namaste now.